Hey YouTube, last Fossil Cup of the season coming to you from Pat, and people are going to be like, yes, finally, I'm sick of Fossil Cup. Well, hold that thought until it's Master League and an Ultra League next week, and we'll see how you feel about Fossil Cup. But we have a Steelix, golisopod, araquanid team, and it says, long-time subscriber and viewer and fellow Canadian, though I don't live there anymore, unfortunately. I also very experienced battler hitting legend every season since season 6 and usually on leaderboards. I have a good ABB style team. For a while since the meta hasn't. I haven't run a good ABB style team for a while since the meta hasn't allowed for it, but I found a lot of success with this team. golisopod being one of the best safe swaps, and araquanid being very strong without a hard counter make the team pretty fun to use. Initially used breaking swipe on Steelix, but switched to crunch for the mirror and for Jelson to steal coverage. I've always appreciated the educational aspect of your channel. I look forward to hearing your insights. Thank you in advance. Yeah, so again, the rest of it just talks about how choppiness of the battles and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this team works well just because you have the same typing, but golisopod with Shadow Claw is such a crazy answer. So you basically want to try to draw out like a Jellicent with your golisopod or something that will really punish it. Maybe a Togekimaru Electric, and then Steelix will deal with that, and then you have your araquanid in the back to roam free. So basically, if you're not seeing Togekimaru or you're not seeing Jellicent, you're probably getting out of the lead matchup here. So here we go. Steelix into Lantern. Lantern is probably one that you have to stay in with as well. Resisted Sparks. You're going to have super effective Surfs coming your way. Defense does fall with the Psychic Fangs. They're going to get a Surf off. It will be super effective. So that does pretty good chip here. Are we going to try and go for the crunch here? Or going to get to another move? I wouldn't be surprised to see a shield here. You really don't want to bring out your back Pokemon into this. So we're going to get a few more Fangs off. Good to the crunch. We've already lowered the defense once with Psychic Fangs. Let's see if this is enough to put it within a couple range. They make it to another move here. So yeah, making a catch. Nice heads up that they were going to get to another move. So you either had to dump that Psychic Fangs energy or catch. So making that catch. And out comes an araquanid. So that is a little rough. You do have claws and X-Scissor. X-Scissor is neutral. Bug does not resist bug. So that will chip. Which is also why their bug is doing neutral. It seems like Bubble Beam's coming your way here. Yeah, araquanid is a little slow. As you can see, 14 to a Bubble Beam, 19 to a Water Pulse, and Bug Buzz is even more. So araquanid kind of struggles from that perspective. Instant swap here. Very aggressive. You've already seen Bubble Beam, so it's probably just a Water Pulse, both resisted. Oh no, Bug Buzz running the interesting unique moveset there. Lucario's a weird one. Gonna lower the attack. They didn't even burn a shield on Lucario. Force Palm resisted. Thunder Punch super effective, committing the shield, trying to get off one more Bubble Beam here to lower their attack even more. This does grab a shield. Are we going to try and catch on something? We do try and catch on Steelix. They did not throw. Do get Psychic Fangs. It is neutral here. They do end up shielding. They bank that and just reset on Lantern, I'm guessing. Just to come back in with Lucario to Thunder Punch is double resisted, so I don't even think it'll take out from here. It is a Power Punch, though. Oh, but not enough to take out, so they get to a Psychic Fangs here. This will probably take out Lucario. Nope, 1 HP. Where are we going to go here? golisopod just going to sacrifice this, allowing araquanid as the bulk to kind of sweep here. Power Punch takes you down. Farm down. How much health do they have left here? Get to the Bubble Beam. If it's not enough, it's going to be like 1 HP. 1 HP. Bug Bite for the win. He did say the last 2 matches were crazy, and I think I showcased them first. So, terrible lead. Met with a Steelix, so at least we have neutral Shadow Claw. Aqua Jet is super effective, but the Thunder Fangs are obviously going to add up a lot here. Thing is, I think you can live a move and get to an Aqua Jet and probably grab a shield. Yeah, with these, especially a Psychic Fangs here. So getting to the move, this will flip switch. I assume they will shield and just try and farm here. There's no, yeah, it's an easy shield on their end. They definitely want to keep the Gastrodon on the Steelix. Going to, I assume, just commit to the farm down and then just bank the energy and swap into araquanid. It is an aggressive resisted farm down, but I think it's one that you can make in this scenario. You don't really need to worry about their moves coming back at you. A couple crunchers, okay, so be it. So, a bunch of energy. I would probably instant swap, but you may want to crunch. Okay, crunch. The only thing I would say without it is because like there's no point of chipping this when you know they're gonna come instant swap anyways. So even if you get the defense ball or whatever, Araquanid has to be your sweep. So I feel like I would just keep that energy on Steelix in case you get this matchup here, where it's like a bad matchup against Registeel here, but if you banked a crunch on a Steelix, which you may still have one, but if you banked it, you could like kind of snipe back the crunch and maybe even get a second one off, as opposed to dumping the first one there. So gonna shield up the second Zap Cannon. Do not get any defense falls, which is huge. Gonna get off a Water Pulse. Either gotta make a catch or just go and instant crunch this. Trying to catch the move, I'm guessing. Trying to catch. Do catch a move. If it's a Zap Cannon, that's a huge catch. You'll probably live. It is do live. They are staying in, allowing you to get a few more moves off. That's actually pretty big. Can you take it down? You can. Are Psychic Fangs blind or go for the crunch? Going for the crunch. This will chip into yellow range here. Do farm down. Earth Power is resisted. Just going for the Bubble Beam. Assuming they have to go back-to-back Body Slams here. And if you lower their attack, can they even go back-to-back? And they don't think so. Yeah, Body Slam is such a bad move. So getting out of a tough matchup there. Again, taking that shield in the mid-game is huge in that scenario. Okay, Lucario, instant swap into golisopod. They could stand and throw a Thunder Punch. And that looks like what they're going to do. They're going to have to shield this up, though, because this will pretty much one-shot. Lucario is so glassy. I can expect one coming here. Okay, here comes the... And they tried to catch. So, I mean, Lucario was loaded, but they are... you did not throw, which means you're going to get a couple X Scissors off here. I would throw the X Scissor. So here comes the X Scissor. This will not take out. Araquanid's pretty tanky. Trying to get out of this. Just going to sacrifice Steelix and try and run with your own Araquanid. Lucario has like 2 moves minimum. So, you know, I think it just makes sense to save the shields for Araquanid because it is going to need both those shields for... And a Jellicent comes in, so going for the Psychic Fangs. I don't know if that was deliberate. Yeah, maybe trying to hope they would give up a shield there on a crunch, but do not. So here comes the second Psychic Fangs. You're Breaking Swipe, that's why. So yeah, I did mention at the beginning how they played half of these matchups with Breaking Swipe, half with crunch. They did want crunch for this for this matchup though. You did lower their defense times 2. Lucario has 2 Thunder Punches, so I think you just, yeah. Honestly, I don't know what does more damage. A non-stab Thunder Punch from Lucario or stab Shadow Ball from Jellicent. We'll find out now. I imagine this does over 50%. I would not be surprised if you're in the yellow by the end of this. Okay. Not quite in the yellow. So you'll live one more because of that, which they may get to. Are we going to have to aggressive Bug Bite down here? I think so. I think that's your only play because you need to come out with some energy or else you're just going to be taken out. Oh, you're going to be taken out anyways. Yeah, you didn't really have a choice. Oh, they have another Pokemon left too. Yeah, it's tough. I know these Bug Bite users are stronger and this is a limited meta and everything, but I don't know. I just can't get on board with these Bug Bite users. Okay, Lucario lead. Again, getting to a Aqua Jet. This will likely grab a shield. Maybe this one will throw one and throw a move here. No, are they trying to catch? Am I throwing the same matchup? Did I just put the same matchup in? There's no way this is playing out for the second time in a row. Yeah, okay. Okay, golisopod lead. So good lead here. Making a catch on your own golisopod. Hopefully, yeah, catching the Aqua Jet because that is resisted. Still does a good amount of chip here. It is a Claw. They may try and catch their own. Nope, going for CMP and winning CMP. This will put you pretty low. Yeah, gonna burn that shield. Let's see what they decide to do. They know they're basically at the same health and they just won CMP, so they could just match and get to the move first here. And there's not much you can do about it. And they try to catch it. That is crazy. So they tried to catch, and what still would have been a resisted X scissor because you had to throw X scissor anyways. But you might want to throw. You got to be aware of your energy there. I see this mistake happen pretty often. Is people focus so much on fast move optimization timing that because they're so focused on that, they give up the obvious play of throwing the damn move, so you don't have to burn a shield in that scenario. So I think you need to just be aware of like you just burn that second shield. Now you're down shields. You have araquanid, which will eat a lot of these X scissors, but and maybe an aqua jet if they threw blind. Yeah, they threw blind, so that was not smart. But yeah, you need to again, I don't count moves what my opponent has, but you need to have some sort of like idea in your mind how close they are to a move and not overthink about fast move timing and focus more on not taking charge moves. I'm surprised they shielded a bubble beam that early. Mud slaps are obviously resisted. They're going to have to just go body slam, but because they shielded up the bubble beam, here comes a decently hitting water pulse here. And I'm going to try an instant snipe. If catching a body slam would be huge here. Nope. Caught an earth power at that, but they top left anyways as we get to the psychic fangs here. Okay, Steelix into Jellicent. So let's see if we have the crunch. Does not matter whether we do or not. We're staying in. They get out into Scizor. Are we going to try and catch a move here? Nope. Gonna let them throw the Night Slash. Going for a resisted Psychic Fangs on the Steel. And do grab a shield. Are we going to try and catch a move here? Or are we just going to play this matchup out? Looks like we're just going to play... What are we doing here? Gonna let the Night Slash go. You do our in move. I know you have Golisopod. Golisopod with Claw is not a terrible matchup. You definitely need Twin Switch though, because araquanid on Jellicent would be a very bad matchup. So now you just align the araquanid with this and the Jellicent with your Golisopod. And Golisopod with 2 shield is your win con, so I would not be shielding anything here. It is a super effective Thunder. Does not matter. They may try and catch here. And they do catch on the Jellicent, which, I mean, we need to chip this anyways and just claw down. But yeah, there's a lot of energy just taken here. It's also a lot easier there for them to... I was going to say it's easy for them to bait, and it is. But maybe not because of Power Whip and Thunder. You probably want to save shields for those too. Okay, yeah. It's a weird one. It's one of those where Shadow Ball would basically take out, but burning shields here is not going to help you at all when your opponent has a very hard-hitting Power Whip and then a super effective Thunder. So I don't like this. I think you just had to... I would have just sacrificed araquanid, just played it out. Yeah, no, I think you had to... Oh, try and make a catch here. Okay, trying to make a catch here, knowing they have to dump energy. Power probably does not take out Thunder, a couple HP. They probably have a move coming out here. If it's a Thunder, it just takes you out. If it's Power Up, like a couple HP left. It is a Thunder, will take you out. Yeah, I don't think you can burn the shield on the Jellicent there. I think you have to save it for Ferrothorn. Okay, so Steelix against Scizor. So we know it's going to be... Bug is resisted here. We know it's going to be a Night Slash. Definitely could take one at least. Hope they don't... Oh, Trailblaze. Yeah, I guess Trailblaze is neutral, actually. Grass, super effective on the ground, but resisted by the Steel is neutral in the ending there. Do lower their defense. They do not shield because they are half Steel. And now worried about a boosted move here. Gonna shield. Again, the only concern here is that you are... There's your Jellicent. You are saving back Pokemon. They're going to have problems with Jellicent. But Thunderfang's going to add up and try to catch here. Try to catch a Surf. It did not work. Knowing that they're just going to go Shadow Ball, opting to shield this one up. I guess Araquanid's so bulky that you can just make that shield. Although here comes another move. They were loaded with energy. You're going to let it go. You'll live. You should be able to claw down before they get to move. Barely. Basically throw a blind here. Into the Scissor. Let's see if they let this go and just try and two-shield what's in the back. That is exactly what they're going to do. In the back is a golisopod. Here comes the next Scissor. This will grab one shield. How much energy is on the Steelix? Try to get the Psychic Fangs. Oh, interesting. Making that catch. Worried that you're going to lose CMP tie. So catching an Aqua Jet at that, which is huge. It would have been nice to get that Psychic Fangs to lower their defense, but making a catch like that is also of importance. Aerial Ace. So running Aerial Ace, super effective on the bugs. I'm guessing Aqua Jet and Aerial Ace. Yeah, we've already seen that, right? So the attack is lowered, and look at those bug bites adding up a ton here. So again, Bug Bite is good in neutral situations. Neutral to good situations, Bug Bite is a fantastic move to have on a Pokemon. In any sort of resisted situation, it just makes the Pokemon, in my opinion, like borderline unusable. Gastrodon, terrible lead. Instant Swap Golisopod met with their own mini Golisopod. Holy, that's a small Golisopod. Which is fine. X's are here. I mean, size does not matter. That's what she said. Size doesn't matter for whether it's an XL or XXL or extra small Pokemon. That has no bearing on how strong they are in GBL. Same with the different types of Gastrodon, the different types of Jellicents, the color. None of that stuff matters here. And fighting for Switch like crazy, that is smart. Committing both shields because we want to make sure we have our Araquanid on their Gastrodon. So just going to try and spam as much as we can here to chip a ton on this thing. See if how aggressive they are with these hexes down, because you could take this very low. And honestly, the lower the better. Yeah, this game's over. Your opponent should have like a bell in their mind going on that like with a Steelix lead, there's probably a second answer for Gastrodon in the back. So letting your first Pokemon Jellicent go down that low just to come in here. Gonna stay in just to throw the Psychic Fangs, knowing that the Bug Bite in a neutral situation is going to chip. Plus they may not shield because they don't know what's in the back. But that just allows these Bug Bites to really start adding up here. They can only throw Body Slam, Earth Power. I mean, they'll maybe throw Earth Power because Earth Power is just a good move, but is resisted. No, they just go Body Slam. Does not do much at all. Plus now here comes your lowering of the attack. And the Bug Bites are adding up. So, but now the Jellicent's too low. So even if they just like sacrifice this and try and save a shield for Jellicent, there's no point. Yeah, this thing's got like 2 HP. Yeah, not smart. So reset, I guess, the lowering of the attack and defense, but does not matter at this point. Araquanid is just too good of an answer for Gastrodon. There needs to be some sort of like, although I don't even know if they could take switch being behind on energy in a mirror match. Golisopod lead. So nice getting the Thunderfang damage and then catching the Aqua Jet on the Jellicent, on the Golisopod. Here comes the Jellicent. Do I see this? Is this the same one as before? This is not all me. Like I've opened the folders and downloaded the sets, so we'll see if it's a rematch of what we've already seen. But either way, we caught a move, shielding up a Shadow Ball. Trying to, is this one we just saw where it's like, oh no, we saw a Golisopod mirror match last time. But again, your opponent now recognizing, yeah, maybe we want to fight for switch a little harder here, but not going to happen. Going to double shield here to flip switch. Do we just do this one? Golisopod lead. No, wait, what do they have on the lead? I'm going crazy here. That's the problem when you do like 10 videos in a limited cup. Probably more than that in a limited cup. It's just like, no, it's different. This is different, but it all just blends together, right? Because it's the same freaking Pokemon over and over and over again. But yeah, one Pokemon left, and you cannot reset on the the secondary functions here. So lowered the defense for a second time here with Psychic Fangs. Now Bug Bite will be neutral here, but now doing 2 times more. And if they, as well say, if they don't throw, it'd be 3 times more here. Power Up probably takes out from this range. No, 1 HP. And getting to a Breaking Swipe instead of another Psychic Fangs, I guess just does more damage. And at this point, and you got the attack fall just to add insult to injury. 3 times lowered. Does not matter. Gonna go down there. Okay. So, thanks for this mission. Yeah, I think the team makes sense. Again, it's a very easy... like ABBs, I always say balanced teams are easier to play. Because it's just like if you see certain Pokemon, you go into your safe swap. It's sort of the same thing here. And it's just very straightforward how you play this team. If you see a Gastrodon... Actually, it's the exact opposite. If you don't see... This is the thing. On a balanced team, it's like if you see Gastrodon, you leave. If you see... Yeah, just like any ground, you leave. But if it's... ABB style team, you have to now focus on the back line. You need to focus on what don't I see in the front that I need to try and draw out. So it's like I need to draw out a Jellicent. I need to draw out a Togedemaru. So like those are the things, like if you don't see those 2 Pokemon on the lead, doesn't matter how neutral your lead is, you need to try to draw out those Pokemon within ABB style teams, which is what makes ABB style teams a little trickier to run if you're not used to it, because it's very much it's counterintuitive to the things that I always say of like there's 3 things that win GBL: Switch, Energy, and Shield. And to give up one willingly in neutral matchups is always kind of a mind word to do, but that's what you have to do with these teams if you're going to run them like this. So just be aware of that. Anyways, league turnover tomorrow. Master League, we're just going to look at these new Pokemon, the crown Pokemon. What are they called? I mean, I don't have them yet, but they are called Crowned Sword and Crowned Shield Pokemon. Zacian, Zem, and Zeta. We're going to see why are they number 1 and 2 in the Master League. We're not going to do teams. We're just going to look at those. And then, yes, Ultra League Summer Cup. Credilli as the number 1 rank. I thought that for sure Bellybolt would be the number 1 ranked, but Credilli is number 1, Bellybolt at number 2, Shadow Vic at number 3, Tentacruel at number 4. 3 acid users in the top 4 Pokemon. Credilli, Shadow Vic, Tentacruel. Toxtricity even at number 6, or I guess 5 because there's 2 Credillis, is another acid user. So 4 out of the top 5 Pokemon in this Summer Cup in the Ultra League are acid users. Toxtricity, Tentacruel, Shadow Vic, Credilli, with Bellybolts being the only one. This meta's gonna suck. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, we'll cover that tomorrow morning, and then the Master League in the afternoon. Please send me Master League teams and Ultra League teams. I do not expect to play much of the Ultra League. I'm not playing Master League, and it's going to be a rough week. I know a lot of people are just going to take it off, and I fully get it. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.